Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about the just revealed information that Jack Smith previously served a search warrant on Twitter for all of Donald Trump's account information, and moreover, did it with a non-disclosure order so Trump wouldn't know. And moreover, that Twitter resisted and wound up in contempt and had to pay $350,000. All right, those are the three headlines. Let's back this up a bit. So, what happened today is that the Court of Appeals for DC issued a redacted version of an opinion that it rendered last month. That opinion affirmed the opinion of a district court judge. I think it was when Beryl Howe, was still the chief. And the opinion that was affirmed okayed the issuance of a search warrant to Twitter for all of Trump's materials, and finding that there was probable cause to believe they contained evidence of a crime. We don't know what that evidence exactly would be. We do know, however, that the warrant called for everything, not just the public-facing tweets, but also metadata and also DMs, messages that, go privately from one Twitter user to another, and Trump could have sent thinking that they were private between him and the communicator. So they wanted it all. Twitter resisted on First Amendment grounds, having to do with Trump's status, and also on the grounds of a statute that authorized it, that it said was constitutionally infirm. And so Judge Howe said, no, I'm granting this warrant, and I'm granting the non-disclosure order because I find more, this is, significant as well. We haven't seen this opinion yet, but it'll be interesting to see if she sort of sets out a basis. Reasonable grounds to believe that Trump could endanger the criminal investigation if he knew about it. He could delete things, or he could give a heads up to Confederates. So she actually put in a non-disclosure order, and we know that Twitter wanted, in fact, to disclose it to Trump, and maybe a whole sort of Elon Musk, Donald Trump dynamic is in play here. But she said, no, you can't, and imposed a time limit for complying. They failed to make it. 3 days after, she said, you are in contempt. You now owe, and you can do this you put someone in contempt and impose a fine, and they were fined $350,000. They were fined that, and then and only then did they comply with the subpoena. After complying, giving the materials over, they then go for appeal up to the DC Circuit. And last month, the DC Circuit, in an opinion by Judge Pan, who's a recent appointee to that bench by Joe Biden, affirmed basically across the board, and issued today a redacted version that goes into the details and the law at some length. Worth a read for sure, and maybe an important precedent in internet law and Twitter and the like. But the headlines for current purposes are that Smith now has, and Twitter was in contempt, resisting until it finally gave over everything from Trump's Twitter account, including things maybe he thought ignorantly could never be gotten at. So that makes them possibly more probative, and then in addition, the finding that he had to not be told about this because he couldn't be trusted. Pretty harsh stuff, and it comes, by the way, from a judge on the same court where the 1-6 case is now being heard in front of Judge Chutkin, and she has a hearing coming up at the end of the week on the protective order. But Twitter subpoena, they resisted. They were held in contempt. all affirmed across the board. So that we'll see what that evidence, how it fits into the overall case that Smith is building. Well, he's obviously continuing. In fact, there's investigation that this makes plain is ongoing, possibly even from a grand jury in D.C., which would require, since the other grand jury has issued an indictment, that they're looking at new or different crimes. So the Twitter stuff is now in the possession of the special counsel. Twitter resisted and had to pay for doing so. And whatever Trump didn't want in there, it's too late, and it's for Smith and eventually the public to see. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.